As you know, at the head table are the leaders of our public education team, and you will hear from each of them in just a second. Everybody is eager this time of year to see what the PARCC results show. You will remember that several years ago, are we in our third year of PARCC? In the fourth year of PARCC, we transitioned from our old testing regime to the PARCC assessment. What we knew was that we really need to see how our children are going to perform in college and career, and we agreed that the PARCC assessment was the best mechanism in a test to demonstrate that. We knew it would be a tougher test, but also a better test to see what our kids were learning and how they would do in college and career. And so we are proud now to present to you our fourth year of results. I can share that for the third year in a row, we saw a steady statewide improvement in the percentage of students who are performing at or above grade level in the PARCC assessment. Statewide, that is good news. Thank you, Superintendent. Statewide, compared to last year, we're up 2 percentage points in the English language arts and 2 percentage points in math. Compared to where we were 3 years ago when we started administering the PARCC exam, we are up 8 percentage points in ELA and 7 percentage points in math. So we know that this is real, meaningful improvement. More students are meeting the high expectations that we have set for them, and more students are going on to the next grade ready to succeed. We're also seeing this improvement in both sectors, DCPS and our public charter school sector. This year, DC Public Schools improved from 32 to 35% of students scoring 4 or 5 on the ELA test, and from 29 to 31% on the math assessment. In the public charter school sector, we also saw an improvement from 29 to 31% on the ELA assessment, and from 27 to 28% in math. At the same time, we see a decrease in the percentage of students performing at the lowest levels, at levels 1 and 2. So our gains on the math and ELA test scores across every grade level, our ELA and math scores improved in subgroups as well. So should be clear, and I know we state this unequivocally, while we are pleased to see growth in the right direction, we all know that there's much work to do. That we have to focus on all the work in grade levels, in teaching and curricula, and in making sure that students and families have the supports that they need so that every child is performing at their highest potential. And we know that steady investment is allowing us to see these improvements in our scores. I'm going to ask now the Superintendent for Education, Han-Soo Kang, whose office is responsible for administering the test and explaining these results. And she will be followed by the Chancellor of DC Public Schools, Amanda Alexander, then followed by the Executive Director of the DC Public Charter Schools, Scott Pearson.
I'm sure you share my excitement and enthusiasm for the progress that our students have made, and I'm going to turn it over to Scott now to talk about the public charter schools.
Thank you, Chancellor Alexander. Mayor Bowser, thank you for your introduction. I have 3 points to make. First, as we've seen, public schools in Washington, both charter and DCPS, are continuing to improve, and that is great news for students and families. In the case of charter schools, this is the 11th year in a row that our students have improved, first on the DC CAS and now on the PARCC. You see the line showing the DC CAS, and the red line, when we switch to PARCC, is PARCC level 3 and up, because that's that's probably the closest approximation to what DCCAS was. We now measure ourselves against level 4 plus, and you can see that since we've been offering the PARCC, we've seen that steady growth. This steady growth tells us we're on the path to ensuring that every student is getting the best education. Of course, we have more work to do, and we will continue to do our part by continuing to improve educational options for students in the city. Second, public charter schools offer families lots of options, but more importantly, they serve all students. Every year, public charter schools are educating more at-risk and special education students. And this year, these students, along with their peers, increase proficiency in both ELA and math. So this shows growth from last year to this year in the percentage of students who are proficient in English language arts. And you can see that in every subgroup, at-risk, Black and African American, English learners, females, males, Hispanics, students with disabilities, and whites, we saw growth. And similarly in math, we saw growth with every group other than English language learners, where there was a small drop. We saw a lot of improvement. More than 20 public charter schools in grades 3 through 8 improved in both ELA and math by more than 2 percentage points. These are the most improved schools overall. Harmony School of Excellence improved by a cumulative percentage of more than 26%, followed by Basis DC, Friendship Woodridge Elementary, Inspired Teaching Demonstration School, Kip Lee, Kip Will, and Chavez Prep and Cesar Chavez Public Charter School. This next slide are our top performing and most improved high schools. So Basis and Washington Latin were by far our highest performing high schools with English language art proficiencies 84 and 74% respectively. The most improved public charter high schools were Friendship Tech High School. I know we have some Friendship folks here. And Thurgood Marshall Academy Public Charter School. I would note that both of these high schools are located in Ward 8. So the final two slides are our highest performing public charter schools serving grades 3 through 8. The first is in English language arts. We can see we leads with Basis, followed by Washington Latin Middle, Latin American Montessori Bilingual, Washington U Ying, Inspired Teaching, DCI, DC Prep Edgewood Middle, and 3 KIPP schools, KIPP Lead, KIPP Promise, and KIPP Heights. I am really impressed by the fact that every ward in the city is represented by these top 10 schools, with the exception of Ward 3 where there are no charter schools. We're showing that every school, every ward, students in every ward can perform well. In math, there's something quite stunning. Of the top 3 performing public charter schools in math, grades 3 through 8, all are KIPP schools. And I would just point out that the highest performing school, public charter school, is located in Ward 7. The third highest performing school is located in Ward 8. Those are scores that compete with schools. Rounding out that list is Basis, KIPP Spring in Ward 5, Washington U Ying, DC Prep, Edgewood Middle and Elementary, KIPP Quest, and Washington Latin Middle. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you once again to our public charter DCPS, and our public education leaders for DC. Thank you very much.